Okay, so for the supplies, you will be needing a 6.5mm crochet hook, a darning needle, 12mm safety eyes, scissors, some polyfill stuffing, size 5 or 6 orange yarn, and then I'm using this Loops and Threads Demi Pearl polyester yellow yarn, and more specifically, the color is Pale Banana, and the size is Super Bulky 6. We're first going to start off with a magic circle. So take your yellow yarn, and you're going to first hold it like this, okay? Follow very closely. Take your left hand, place your index finger in the middle, right here. Take your right hand, take these two fingers, go behind the loop, like so. Then your left hand will now twist forward, like this, okay? Again, twist forward like this. These two fingers will grab this yarn, and then we're going to pull up, 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 until you reach about here. Okay, not all the way, just right here. Then your left two fingers will grab this corner so that it holds it in place. And now, as you can see, there are two different holes, the top and the bottom. You now take your crochet hook, insert it into the top hole, and then you're going to make a chain 1. So yarn over and pull through that loop. Okay, and then you're going to flip this circle horizontally like this. And that is how you make your magic circle. If this was too difficult, or if you need a more in-depth tutorial, or even an alternative, please refer to this video right here, and it will also be linked in the description. Okay, so for our very first row, we're going to put 6 single crochets inside of this magic circle. This is how you make a single crochet. First, you insert your hook into the circle, yarn over, pull it back out. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Then you yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. That is 1 single crochet. Now to make our second one, again, we insert our hook into the ring. You yarn over, pull it back out the same way. 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through these 2 loops. Okay, so we're just going to keep going until we have 6 single crochets. So this is our third. This is number 4. This is number 5. And then number 6. Once you have 6 single crochets, this is what it should look like. Now you have this tail right here, and you're going to pull so that the magic circle will get tighter and it'll eventually close. Okay, so pull, pull, and here you go. Okay, I turned off one of my lights because it was a little bit difficult to see the stitches. Let me know if you guys like this better, or if you like the other light turned on as well. So once you're done your row number 1, you're going to look for the first single crochet that you made. So it should be right here. You see these little V's? It should be the first V that you see, which is right here. Okay, so you're going to insert your hook through that V. Let me show you. So like this. Okay, this is the V. It's a little hard to see because it's fluffy yarn, but you just insert it under the V, and you're going to make a slip stitch. So you yarn over, pull it through that V, and pull it through the loop on your hook. Okay, I'm doing a slip stitch just to close row number 1, and then I'm going to do a chain 1 to start row number 2. After I finish a row, I always do a slip stitch and then a chain 1 to start the next one. Okay, if you want and you're used to using a stitch marker, you can just completely omit those 2 steps and just use your stitch marker instead. Okay, for row number 2, we're going to increase 6 times. Okay, an increase just means putting 2 single crochets into 1 stitch instead of just putting 1. Okay, let me just show you. So the next stitch is right here. You're going to make a single crochet, like so. And then again, on the exact same spot, make another single crochet. Like so. That is an increase. And then you're just going to keep going until you've made 6 increases, which is going to total to 12 stitches overall. So another increase. I have now made all 12 of my stitches. We can count this together so that you know how to count the stitches. You could either count the V's up here, or you could just count the little bumps. Okay, so this is the first one I made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's when you know that you did this row correctly. Okay, and once again, like I said, after every row, I'm going to make a slip stitch on the first single crochet I made, which is right here. Insert, yarn over, pull it through that stitch, pull it through the loop on your hook, and then chain 1 to start row number 3. For row number 3, we're going to be repeating the pattern of 1 single crochet and then an increase. 1 single crochet and then an increase. Okay, so just doing that all the way around. Let me demonstrate. First, you do a single crochet. You move on to the next stitch, and then you make an increase. That's 2 stitches in 1 stitch. On the next one, again, just 1 single crochet. On the next one, you'll do an increase. So once you finish this row, you should have 18 stitches overall. Okay, I've finished all 18 stitches, and then once again, I'm just going to do a slip stitch and then a chain 1 to start row number 4. For row number 4, we're just going to single crochet all the way around, which is just 18 single crochets, which just means 1 single crochet per stitch. Okay, so just go all the way around, 1 single crochet per stitch. Okay, so once you're done row number 4, I've already done the slip stitch and chain 1. Now you're just going to do that for 2 more rows. So just single crocheting all the way around for 2 more rows. Okay, I have done those 2 rows. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Now onto the 7th row. For the 7th row, we're going to be repeating the pattern of 2 single crochets and then an increase. Okay, so 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and then an increase. And then just keep repeating that. Okay, let me show you. First, you make a single crochet, move on to the next stitch, another single crochet, move on to the next stitch, we'll do an increase. Okay, at the end of this row, once you're done, you should have 24 stitches overall. Okay, I've finished row 7 and I've done my slip stitch and chain 1. And now we're going to move on to row 8. For row 8 and 9, so for 2 rows, we're just going to single crochet all the way around, and you should have 24 stitches in each row. Okay, so similar to what we did earlier, where we're just putting 1 single crochet per stitch. Make sure you do this for 2 rows. Okay, I just finished row 9. We're actually almost done with the body. We just have to do 2 more rows for the main body. Okay, we're going to start decreasing now so that we can slowly start to close this plushie. Okay, so for row number 10, we're going to be repeating the pattern of 2 single crochets and then a decrease. Okay, let me show you. First, you make a single crochet, move on to the next, do another single crochet, and then to make a decrease, you're essentially making 2 stitches into 1, so it slowly starts to get smaller. Okay, let me show you how to do that. First, insert your hook through here, yarn over, pull it back out. Then you're going to move on to the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull it back out. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. That is a decrease. Let me show you again. So first do your 2 single crochets, and then on this stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull it back out, move on to the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull it back out, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, once you're done this row, you should have 18 stitches overall. Okay, I've just finished the row. Let me do my slip stitch and chain 1. Okay, now we're on to our very last row. We're going to repeat the pattern of 1 single crochet, decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease. Okay, 1 single crochet, move on to here, make your decrease. Okay, move on, 1 single crochet, and then decrease. After this row, you should have 12 stitches overall. Okay, I'm done that row. I just did my slip stitch, and then here's my chain 1. I put this down. Don't remove your hook. I take my scissors. I leave a long tail, about this much. Cut it, and then I'm going to pull my hook upwards so that it creates a knot, like so. Now we're going to set this aside because we're gonna need to make the wings. Okay, so we're moving on now to the little wings of the mini chick. So we're first gonna start with a slip knot. This is how you do it. It's very similar to a magic circle. It's much easier though. So you hold your yarn the same way, like this, with a loop on top. These 2 fingers will go behind, like so. Your left hand will twist forward, like this. These 2 fingers will grab this yarn and we're just going to pull, but we're not going to stop here. We're just going to pull all the way up until it makes this loop. Okay, insert your hook through this loop. You tighten it a little bit, like so. And now you can start the wing. So we're first going to make 3 chains. So you just yarn over, pull through. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, now on the second chain from the loop, which is this one, not this one, but this one, the middle one, we're going to make a half double crochet. So first you're going to yarn over like this. You're going to look for this chain, insert your hook through there. Okay, yarn over again, pull it back out that chain, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. Okay, then you yarn over, pull through all 3. That is a half double crochet. Then for the last chain right here, we're going to make a double crochet. So first you're going to yarn over, insert your hook through that last chain. So far similar to the half double. Yarn over, pull it back out through that chain. You have 3 loops on your hook. Now you yarn over and pull through just two of them. Okay, now you're going to end up with 2 again. Then you're just going to yarn over, pull through those 2 again. Okay, that is a double crochet. Then you're just going to chain 1, set it down, leave a tail about this long, cut it. Then, like we did earlier, just going to pull upwards so that it makes a knot. This is 1 wing. You're going to make another one exactly the same. Okay, so I've finished making the 2 wings, and now we're going to be starting to assemble everything. We're going to take the main body, and this is the tail right here. I'm going to flip it so this is the back side. Okay, this is the front now. We're going to attach our eyes. Okay, so I like to attach them between rows 4 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I could put it right here. It's between rows 4 and 5. And then this other one could be about this far. So that's about 3 stitches apart. And then just make sure you attach the backing. Once that's attached, you're going to be stuffing the inside of the body. Okay, I'm happy with how much I stuffed the body. We are now going to be sewing this little part closed. And this is how I close my plushies. I first go through the front loop. So as you can see, this is just the front. We're not going through both like this, just the front loop. Okay, I'm going to go inside like this, and then going outside through the front as well. I'm not going through both stitches, just the front loop. Okay, again, in and then out like that. Okay, once you're done going all the way around, we're just gonna cinch it by pulling it close like so. This is so satisfying. Okay, once that's done, I just pick a random stitch in the middle, and I'm gonna make a knot like this just to secure it, and then I hide this tail inside and pull, and then you can just cut it. Okay, now we can attach the wings. So what I'm gonna do is look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, row number 6. This is where I want to attach it. Okay, you could even do row 7 actually. Maybe I'll do row 7. So I'm going to attach it at row 7, and I'm going to use my hook to figure out where I want to place it. So I'm going to start here and go 3 stitches forward and exit like this. Okay, that's where I want to put my wing. So I'm going to take one of the wings, one of the tails of the wing, and I'm going to hook it, and I'm going to pull so that it goes to the other side like so. And then I take these 2 tails, and now I can just make a double knot. Very easy. So 1, make sure it's tight, okay? Then another one. And there you go, you've attached 1 wing. Now you could just hide this tail by using your needle, okay? Then just stuff it inside of the body. Then I'm just going to do the same thing to the other wing. Okay, so I've finished attaching the wing, and now we're going to be doing the orange details, which is just the beak and the little feet. So I'm going to start with the beak. I enter through here, and I go right here. I pull, I make sure I have a lot of yarn to work with here. Okay, then I'm gonna insert it through this section, but I'm gonna go back out this way. Okay, then I'm gonna go back through this way to make the second half of the beak, but I'm going to exit through this area. This is where I'm gonna start my feet. Don't go too tight so that you could still see the yarn, and you can adjust it so that it has a better shape like so. Now we're going to be doing the feet. So I'm going to insert my yarn here, come back out just right beside it, like so. Then go back through the same spot, come back out next to it. Okay, then we're just going to move on to the other side, about right here, like that. Just insert through here. Okay, that's pretty much it. Adjust it. Now you can just cut your yarn and then weave in the ends. Okay, you are now done your little mini chick. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that it was easy enough to follow. If you do have any questions, just comment them down below. Make sure to check out all my other tutorials. I'm also making a crochet kit for those who are interested. My designs will be the boba and the bow plushie for now. But if you're interested in getting it, then please check the description. I have a link there for a discount code. If you enter the waitlist, you'll have a discount code once the kit is out. So make sure to check out that link in the description, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.